I want to thank you for coming to view this video, and I would greatly value your opinion in the comments. This has absolutely nothing to do with Troy and what's going on with him. Those of you who sometimes PM me but don't leave any comments, I want you to comment as well. I want as many comments below this video as I can get. If you think of something else that you want to add later, come back and drop another comment in. If you have somebody else who might want to give an opinion, get them to come and plonk it in. What I want your opinion on is what makes a good couple. Now, there's one theory that I see over here that's told to people in their mid to late teens. And teenagers are told that what makes a good couple is if you have similar interests that the other person has. But in all of that, the genders hold different interests. Like, for instance, my mum and so many baby boomer women are into crafts and spinning and knitting and crocheting and all that sort of stuff, gardening. And the baby boomer generation of men are all into mechanical stuff. And, you know, most men are into playing around with vehicles and whatnot. And most women are into, you know, clothes, fashion, crafts, things of that nature. And I think what they tell these teenagers, that you're going to get on well with someone who has similar interests, is an attempt to guide them in the right direction, but it is an oversimplified explanation. But they just do that just so they don't complicate the hell out of things for these teenagers, so that the teenagers can easily understand it. What I really think, and my parents think, make a good couple is when you have a similar background. I mean class background, as in, you know, middle class or rich snob or whatever. If your class background is the same, if you have similar moral values, if you have similar thought patterns, if you have a similar view of the world and people in general, if you look at things and feel the same way about things and had much the same upbringing, you've got quite a chance. I don't think it really should matter to a man if he's not running around looking at dresses, because it always tends to seem that the women are more, by pure gender difference, they're more artsy, they're more craftsy, they're more what's pretty, what's nice, and things like that. And men, on the other hand, are more playing with machines, got a spanner in their hand, build something, or whatever. And, you know, on occasion you see couples who are very different. And it's almost like, as a couple, they're one couple, but one brings one thing to the relationship and the other brings something else. You know, one's the yin and one's the yang. You know, I've seen cases where you look at two couples and the girl will be highly social and the bloke will be very quiet. That is the case with the software millionaire I know. That is also the case with my dad's former boss. He would barely say boo to a goose. If he did say anything, you want to listen, because he was very smart and understood the, you know, markets and could foresee markets, you know, long in advance, and that. But he never said barely a thing. And yet his wife was half French Canadian, and you could hear her talking from rooms back, and she had a laugh that could just go through walls. And she was very social, you know, and same with the software millionaire. He barely says boo to a goose. He's always working on his, you know, computer. He's done very well in that, and he's highly intelligent in that. His wife is a lot more social, and I think it's sort of gender differences that make your interests sort of different. So the idea of you'll go well with someone if you hold similar interests, if the girl's not a tomboy, it mightn't work. But this is the thing. Relationships, in a lot of cases, I believe, are co-beneficial. And I believe they work if, you know, say, for instance, just hypothetically speaking here, I'm middle class, so I'll be best to get a middle class girl. I live in the country with a few acres, so I'll be best to get a girl, you know, who's in the country with a few acres. You know, because she, you know, has been brought up in a similar way. You know, I like the outdoors and you know, love rainforests and nature and birds and all that, as you know from all my bird videos. And so it'd be better to have a girl who loved the outdoors and loved nature. You know, and stuff like that. So, you know, hypothetically speaking, if we thought along the same lines because of a similar upbringing, I think that hypothetically that would be the sort of girl that would be best for me, as opposed to the daughter of a millionaire lawyer who's always lived in the city. What is your opinion on this? Do you think I'm right here? Do you think that this idea that we've got to have similar interests, do you think that's oversimplified? Do you think that if you have different interests, it's all going to fall to bits because the man's not interested in whatever the woman does? Or do you think that you should support and encourage her with an interest that she is good at? And vice versa. What's your opinion on this? Because I truly believe solidly in what I'm saying here, that it's really your background and your values that need to be the same. And my parents believe the same thing, and I believe I'm in the majority with this. And I want you guys to leave your opinion. So go ahead, bomb the hell out of the comments. And thank you very much for commenting. And by all means, share this on Google+. Share it on whatever you want to share it on. Because the more comments, the better. Thanks for viewing.